You ain't fought nobody, man. You haven't beat anybody undisputed at 140. Who you fought at 135, and who you fought at 147. Even you fought Sean Porter. Even Sean Porter said,
What did I do to Sean Porter that you couldn't
Sean
do?
Porter said he did not train like he should. He didn't do the things that his daddy told him to do. What are you talking about? Even his daddy said it. Even his daddy said it.
You butthurt that I got the
Even his daddy said it.
You butthurt.
Even Kell Brook, he was already broken.
So was he broken when you fought?
No, he wasn't broken.
How come
I broke the other eye.
He came off of
I broke the other eye.
Let me first give props to both fighters, especially Errol Spence, because it's obvious Errol Spence wanted to fight. Al Heyman didn't want this for him. So I give him props for taking the fight. And it's like what I've been saying about Errol Spence. He's a good technical fighter, even though Terence Crawford made him look very average. And that's what great fighters do. They make good fighters look average. Everybody was telling me how great and special Errol Spence is. I just didn't see it. And this fight would have opened my eyes if Spence could have pulled it off. And not just me, a lot of professional fighters saw it. Canelo Alvarez, Usyk, Bivol. All these great fighters picked Crawford over Spence, which means they saw the same thing I saw. Spence is good, but he's not great, especially he's not on Crawford's level. And you hear all these excuses today. He was drained at the weight. You know, Spence looked high, looked like he wasn't there. It's similar to when Fury beat the brakes off of Wilder, right? Necks were here. He had lace gloves, loaded gloves. He had egg weights in his gloves. You know, Deontay Wilder's already starting excuses for Spence like he had for himself. You know, he was drained. He didn't look like the Spence I usually see. And that Spence that was in the ring tonight would probably beat a normal PBC fighter. But you're talking about an all-time great in Terence Crawford. And I'm also hearing some Spence fanboys are claiming Crawford and Canelo are with the PBC now. No, those two fighters were not raised by the PBC like Errol Spence, a Keith Thurman, and Danny Garcia. And you hear Danny Garcia, well, this is not the same Spence I fought. No, Danny Garcia, you're just not as good as everybody think you are. You're not even an elite 147-pounder. It's a reason why you turned down $3 million to fight Terence Crawford when he offered it to you. And we got some guys on the YTBC are fans of promotional companies. And they were making fun of Terence Crawford's resume. His resume looks pretty good now because Kavaliauskas and Avanesyan gave better showings than Errol Spence gave last night. And after the dominant performance of Terence Crawford, all-time great Terence Crawford, it makes me question the level of competition of the PBC. Now you will hear these narrative-based channels go on another bandwagon. The next bandwagon they will go on is Jaron Ennis. Well, he needs to fight Jaron Ennis next. That's what they'll say. And there'll be plenty of excuses today. And the professional excuse maker, Deontay Wilder, already said Spence didn't look like himself. Spence was drained at the weight. But yet, they've been saying Spence was drained at the weight for years, and they still said he would wash Crawford. Didn't happen. Even the fight didn't go like I thought it would. I thought Spence would have success with his jab for a couple of rounds. But Crawford showed he had the better jab. Crawford fought better inside. And I told y'all Spence would have to make adjustments to win this fight. And one thing he could not do is fight off his back foot. He's a flat-footed fighter. He needs to come forward. And Terence Crawford pushed him back. Spence wasn't even the stronger fighter in that fight. It was a total mismatch. I don't want to see a rematch. He says he wants a rematch, but I think that's his pride talking. We'll see if it really happens. I'm kind of doubting this rematch will happen. And after this fight, for sure, Spence will not be the same. This is his third car accident. I mean, this was a brutal beating. Spence never experienced a first-class counterpuncher like Terence Crawford. And I do give props to Errol Spence taking this fight because Al Heyman did not want this fight. He wanted Spence to move up to 154. Crawford was not in the plans for Heyman, and we know why. And to be honest, if the fight does happen at 154, what can Spence do differently? Derek James is still his trainer. He's still going to fight the same style. How is he going to beat Crawford? I don't think Spence has the boxing IQ to beat a Terence Crawford. Anyway, leave your thoughts in comments below. Jay Beasy, I'm gone.
He was too weak.
On my life.
And he stayed
on
at
my life,
147.
You would not stop
too long.
me. You would not stop me.
Okay.